I want you to be true to yourself. I want you to get up in the morning being happy to be in your skin, getting out there and still not getting walked over. Psychological tactics are absolutely necessary and important when you have to protect yourself from others, like manipulators, narcissists. But the moment that you use them just to be accepted and desirable, that is still people pleasing, because you are still abandoning yourself in order for this person to like you enough, so hopefully they don't walk over you. Think about the time that you fell in love with someone's energy. That was basically that you were able to access their inner world and you felt something about it. Every single time that you play a power game, you are locking the door of your inner world and become like an algorithm. And the worst part is that they tell you that like this, you become seductive, charismatic, powerful. You know what? Every single time that you abandon your body and enter in your mind and start scrolling all these psychological tricks, you are throwing your charisma out of the window. If you want to be perceived as confident, but your micro-expressions are tense and show that you think before reacting, what to say now in order for this person to perceive you as confident, your body will betray you. Your body talks. Your body talks more than you do in a conversation. Charismatic people are congruent. Their inner and outer signals match perfectly. They create a sense of authenticity and safety around them. There is no such a thing like you being attractive and charismatic without people feeling safe around you. Think about a sale. Would you buy from a person that doesn't feel safe or from a person that you can immediately trust? Because these two things, they can't coexist together. If a person can't feel safe around you, they will not trust you. And if they trust you, they will feel safe around you. When you are in a conversation without thinking all the time how you look, how you are perceived, how to be in a certain way, so hopefully they will feel in another certain way, you are fully in the moment and you are fully engaged in the conversation. And that lack of self-monitoring is what really gets your body to be congruent. Your words, your micro-expressions, your breathing aligns in one emotion. And that lack of self-monitoring is magnetic because most people are constantly editing themselves. They're always thinking more about how they are perceived rather than what they perceive, for example. People feel free watching someone that feels free. And that freedom is addictive. But the first layer of inauthenticity doesn't happen in public, it happens in private, because you are used to constantly perform for your inner judge. Did they sound smart? Did they look relaxed enough? Was it weird? The self-monitoring splits you in half, because one part of you is living and the other part of you is watching. And you can't be magnetic while you're checking if you're magnetic. Next time that you do this and you start wondering, how am I coming off? What will they think? How did this look like? Realize it and turn your attention outward. Start listening more to the other person, which is extremely magnetic, by the way. Focus your attention on something that removes it from inward, from checking yourself. Tell this inner judge, thank you, but don't need this. Most people can't even identify what is their authentic self. Because we've been treating ourselves like a product. We've been collecting so many reviews from our customers, which is basically all the people that we interacted with since the moment that we learned how to interact with people. And review over review over review, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. We've been editing this product till the point that it became perfect for them. But there is an issue. It still doesn't feel right. Because these are not your customers and you are not a product. These are just people that projected their beliefs onto you till the point that they created your identity for them. If you think that being authentic and true to yourself will make you boring, then stay here with me. First step is to learn what feels like you. Not making a mood board, but to learn about yourself. It's harder to be authentic nowadays because we are constantly flooded with trends, with vision boards, mood boards of every type, definitions of what type of lips look good, what type of makeup looks good. Most people don't realize that every piece of information, image, anything that we hear programs our belief system, and our brain starts seeing reality based on all these inputs. Most people right now use as a form of relaxation to scrolling random videos, random pictures. We don't turn inwards and start learning about ourselves. We constantly learn inputs from outside, showing us random things. This is good, this is bad, this is beautiful, this is ugly. But the problem is that in order to be authentic, you have to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you are going to be ashamed of showing your true self. In order to love yourself, you have to spend time learning about yourself. This doesn't have to be journaling, meditating. I'm talking about maybe you just go to a store and you try new perfumes, try new fragrances, see what feels like you. Go out every day and find things that feel like you. Not the mood board based on what everybody's liking at the moment. Because tomorrow they're gonna like something else. Second thing, you need to become your own work of art. Okay? Every single day, find something about you that makes you you and see what you can do with it. Well, for me, I've been always feeling very weird about my skin color because I'm very pale, I'm very white. I've been trying to hide this, to cover it with bronzers, self-tanners, whatever. But one day I was not wearing makeup and I wore something that was suiting my skin color so good. And I connected the dots and I realized that I've been always depriving myself from being myself with my true skin color. Because at some point when I was in elementary school, some guys were bullying me and they were telling me that my skin color was looking like a zombie color, like zombie skin color. And since then, I started to believe that if I didn't wear makeup darker than my face, I was looking sick and tired. But then if I talk to a person that is Japanese or Korean, I get praised for the same skin color that I was judged for. So now what? No opinion is true or false. It's just an opinion. So you need to dig down and understand, when did you shape the perception that you have of yourself based on the perception of someone else about what they found acceptable about you or not? What are we trying to hide of ourselves just to be universally acceptable? Because this is keeping us average. This is keeping us forgettable. In fact, look around. Most people, especially us as women, we try to look all the same. We put on a filter and decide this is what is perfect. This is what looks good. And so now we have to go get whatever treatment done in order to look like that. And then you look around and everyone looks alike. Stop performing honesty and start channeling truth. Because most people confuse being transparent with being authentic. But oversharing, trauma dumping, constantly explaining yourself, this drains mystery. And mystery is magnetic. Boring people overshare facts. Magnetic people, they share energy. Facts fill space. Energy creates presence. True authenticity is selective transparency. You reveal what is true for the moment, not all that is true about you. So before sharing something about yourself, think, is this truth alive or is just information? Alive truth feels charged, meaningful, resonant, and this is the type of truth that drives people in. You don't have to share everything about yourself in order to feel real, because not everything that is sacred needs to be shown and explained. Decide what the world gets to access of you. It's good when they can sense your depth, but it's very bad when they end up consuming it. You don't have to justify everything to be authentic. You don't have to say how you achieved something all the time, or everything about your glow up, or whatever you are working on. Some parts of you need to be protected because they need to grow in private. Be extremely emotionally weak, because people that feel deeply and show it, they're never boring. Even if they are quiet, they sit in silence. Their silence is always charged. There is always intensity in their silence. And aliveness can't be faked. It's about being present enough in every moment that you let life move through you, through your body. You don't hide how you feel. You don't hide your emotions. Most people are numb. trying to distract themselves from their life. When a person is unapologetically alive, that is so magnetic. The thing about being authentic is that you become irreplaceable. Why? Because authentic people are always unique. No one can be your authentic self. Only you can be your authentic self. And you can notice this when people try to copy celebrities and they maybe start speaking like someone else, dressing like someone else. And this feels off because their face may imitate the shape, their tone can imitate that pitch, but the inner signal, the inner emotion doesn't match the outer signal. So there is like this miscoherence because the person that they're trying to copy is authentic to themselves. And that authentic self comes from their experience, their emotions, their everything that they have inside. It's like a formula that no one can copy. But when you try to copy it, you're just copying the surface level. And so it just looks off. Like I told you before, authenticity is energetic coherence. When your words, tone, face expression, emotional intention all come together from the same inner signal. But when you're copying someone else's signal, that coherence breaks. It's not logic. Our nervous system can actually read inconsistency in the frequency of a person. Real expressions also carry micro variations that can't be faked. When someone speaks from truth, thousands of micro muscles change instinctively. Their pupils dilate in a certain way, the rhythm of their breath, even like asymmetries in the face, blood flow, all these things happen in the body. It's the body speaking the same truth like your mouth. But when someone tries to copy someone else, those micro movements are not there. They just copied the bigger pattern. And that's why it feels like try hard. That's why someone can say something in a way and come out as magnetic, and then the other person does the exact same thing and just comes out as try hard. I think you know that feeling. This was so true for myself, like on camera, because at the beginning I was embarrassed by myself because I speak in a way that is very charged sometimes, and then other times I get emotional and you can basically see through me so much. And my parents always told me that this way of speaking, no one will like it because it feels like attacking and all, but I'm just very blunt and they talk in a way that is very strong. Like I don't go like sugarcoating and all, I just tell you what I think. And then I get emotional. It's just a weird contrast. But then I was like, you know what? I will just lean into it because this will click for some people. Other people will just skip the video and this is perfectly fine. I want to be authentic because I can sit here and perform, but you can also ask ChatGPT. Because if I'm not showing you my authentic self, you can literally Google it and find the same thing that I'm talking about. Every emotion that you show begins as an impulse in the body. It can be tightness in your chest, some heat in your face, some tingling, or like your stomach drops. When that impulse arises and it's allowed to be expressed and you just don't hide your true emotions, people can feel the vibration of truth. A behavior that is performed bypasses this impulse completely and starts from the head. So the energy, instead of traveling through the whole nervous system and coming out, is just superficial. That's why, again, the same words from two different people can hit in completely different ways. Especially when someone has lived certain things and someone else just searched them. Another thing is that we resonate with inner intent, not with outer shape. Our nervous system is built to read motive, even when it's subtle. When we have an interaction with someone, we are either trying to connect, to be understood, to explore, to understand that person. These are small intents that we put out when we are authentic. When someone is not authentic and is constantly scanning themselves, checking how can I talk in order to be perceived like XYZ, the intent is inwards. But when someone is authentic, this intent is outwards. It's like, how can I connect? How can I be understood? How can I understand? I'm listening in order to understand you. This intent being inwards or outwards completely changes how people feel you. This is why I told you every single time that you start playing a game in order to get someone to feel something or to overpower, you are locking all these doors. That's why they cannot connect with you. They cannot fall in love with that facet that you put because you want to feel powerful, to hold the frame, to be perceived like XYZ. They're not gonna perceive you how you decide to be perceived. They're just not gonna perceive you at all. They may remember, oh, that girl was hot and she had a black skirt. But they will not remember your energy because you didn't allow them to feel it. Okay, you need to integrate your shadows because charisma dies in self-rejection. You can't shame yourself into changing. And there are things of you that you might not like, past version of yourself that you might not respect. But the more you judge those parts, the more you feel unsafe to show yourself, to be authentic. When you are unkind to a past version of you, your subconscious mind doesn't know that you are talking about that version of you of 3 years ago. Your subconscious mind only knows you today. It knows your name, anything that you say about one thing about you, bad thing, let's say I hate that I'm needy. I hate that version of me that I was like 3 years ago. Your subconscious mind only knows that you hate yourself. Now it learned that you are not safe being yourself because of that thing. When you are rude to whatever part of you, part of your mind that is responsible for your identity takes it personally. Every single time. Start asking yourself, what emotions am I trying to hide? What parts of me am I trying not to show? And start showing them in small doses. You can express irritation without feeling guilty. You can show vulnerability and admit that in that moment you feel vulnerable. Every time that you reclaim a part of you, your presence gets more powerful. And all this doesn't require any game. You see how you can be so powerful just by being yourself. Embody the energy of clean desire. This means saying what you want, but wanting it from a place without shame, without manipulation, but also without feeling embarrassed from it. You now get used to say, I love attention. I want this. I need time alone. Say those things without justification, without feeling ashamed. Most people, they want something, but they won't admit it, or they will manipulate someone into giving them something. But authentic people want clearly. They want, but also have self-respect. Owning your wants, it's hot and grounded. Learn to be seen. Most people want validation, but they are afraid of being seen. And when someone looks at them, they start deflecting compliments. They start walking in a way that feels more friendly. They start doing like this, like they hide. Authenticity means allowing other people to see you for what you are without feeling like you have to change your natural behavior. When your nervous system is relaxed, your aura is always bright. Even if you sit with your face completely still, no expression, no friendliness, nothing, like just if it comes from your nervous system and you feel relaxed that way, that is gonna be magnetic on you. When someone looks at you, resist the urge to fill space, to move, get, to talk about something random, just to break that moment. Just be looked at. Your nervous system will protest a lot, especially in the beginning, but resist that urge. The more you resist that urge, the more you teach yourself to just be looked at, to receive attention. The longer you hold it, the calmer it gets. And that calmness is what people read as magnetic. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.